Hello everybody, we're going to look at Warlock Master of the Arcane today. It's a game that sneaked under our radar, so it kind of came out in about March time 2012 and we didn't notice it until 6 months later. And it's turned out to be rather good, so I'm going to make a little review of it so you can see what it's like. If we look at the options, you can see I'm running at 2048 by 1152, which is the largest screen mode my monitor supports. Now this game runs absolutely fine in that mode, so it's not a problem. Everything else is on the highest. If we click on, if you see down the side, you've got your social icons. You've got forum, game site, Facebook, and Twitter. So it's all socialised as well. If we go to new game, you've got the characters here. You see casual, normal, challenging. I'm still learning it, so I'm on casual at the moment. You got here victory conditions. You see, you've got world config. This is the setting for when you're setting up the game. It's basically one giant sandbox game. There's no campaign in it whatsoever, but that's fine because I prefer sandbox games. So this is aimed at people like me. I don't like campaigns as a general rule. They're too restrictive, and I like to have everything available at once. Now here you can set how many baddies you've got, how many additional worlds. You have portals in the world that takes you to other worlds, so you can actually conquer one world and have another battle in other worlds going on at the same time. So imagine having 3 worlds to play on at the same time. That's what it is basically, linked together with portals. I'll show you in the game anyway. And here you see flat world or cylindrical world. So it's a bit like Civilization in how you set the world up. Click on character, you set your character here. See, a bit of biography and everything else. Spells, etc. Click on customize, you can choose spells. You get so many points. If you just deselect them, you can give these some starting spells to give your character some bit of a boost at the beginning, and then move on to the next. You see, you just spend your 10 points on whatever you want. Like I can make him an instructor, right, with basic dispel and lesser heal. That gives me 2 points for say mana vault. You see, so I get plus 100 mana, and that's how you create your character. Then you click on start and away you go. But I've already got a game going, so we're not going to do that. I'm not going to show you the game I've been playing. Right, here we are in the game. Now, this is the world, as you can see. It looks quite big, but this is actually what you call a small world, well, a normal world. Down here, there's lots of wilderness areas. You know, that's areas that aren't controlled by any nation. That's just a neutral player, and that's a portal to one of the portals to another world. Monsters come through that occasionally. I've got one in my territory down here, right where these elementals are. I've actually got them there to guard it. But if you notice, there's some elementals appeared there which aren't mine, and they need to be attacked. So I'll just show you how they deal with that. This is a defense tower, a human one by the looks of it. So I fire that, and you can see the damage that causes. You see, the monsters come through at that point quite regular. So your empire is never safe. You can never relax. You've always got something to fight against. Now you get a little icon appear, a little arrow icon, like there, appear whenever there's a monster near you. You see, and as soon as you kill him, it disappears. Same down here. Undead defences. One of them, I think that's one. They'd have a vastly different type of attack. Some monsters, you know, are immune to death magic, so it wouldn't do any damage to them at all. Whereas others are immune to life magic, so the other type of defense wouldn't do any damage to them at all. So sometimes you find conquering another city is a good way of getting settlers for undead settlers or goblin settlers or whatever settlers. Now, whilst we're on the subject of races, you do get different races in this. I'm playing humans, right? And that's a human settlement there. You see the little castle, look. Now this one here is an undead. No, not that one. This one. That's an undead town, right? So if I click on that quickly and just show you, see you got skeleton archers and stuff down there. That flying galleass is a flying boat, which I'll show you in a minute. These are the stuff you can build, but this is greyed out because I've built not much as I can there. As the city grows, it allows you to, it unlocks things and allows you to build more stuff. It tells you down here in this little bit here when there's a message for you, like something needs to be built or a unit needs to be upgraded or something like that. Now this is clearly spotted a baddie. That's them over there. That's a good one. Here's a flying boat. This can go across land, this can. So if we just send it back to our area here, you'll see what I mean. This is an undead boat, so it can literally go anywhere it wants. It floats across the land, where other people's boats tend not to. And we've conquered this land now, so we want to send all our troops back.
Yes?
I'm going to leave some there, like these. No, I'll send them back as well. These red bars mean the city's recovering after being attacked. It's only when the bar goes all the way across it disappears and the city becomes normal. Like this one's a gnome city, so I get gnome settlers. But I need to make upgrades. You know, these upgrades in the areas and these hexes in order to build certain things. Gnome settlers on a galleon, you see. Right. You can also see there's a volcano there. You do get spells, by the way. You can research spells here as well, like these spells, which then allow you to cast them here. These are all the spells available to me right now. You can raise land, lower land, make land fertile or barren. Like this here, this area here used to be a mountainous area. It looked like that white bit there. I've not only lowered it, but I've actually made it fertile as well, so I could put a city on it. So you can terraform the whole world if you want. Here you got the units you have, you know. There you've got the heroes, because occasionally a hero will wander into the realm and you can hire them. These are the ones I've hired so far. I haven't actually assigned these to it yet because I'm still learning the game, but you can give these heroes anything you buy. A merchant will travel around, for instance, around the world, and he'll turn up on your kingdom and sell you something, and if you've got the money for it you can buy it. So I can actually like select that and give it to some of these heroes to improve their fighting abilities, you see. There's quite a lot here because I brought a lot, but I haven't actually assigned it to anybody yet. Maybe I can take that back. No. Right, unit power. Yeah, I've got a few spare, look. You can disenchant it and get your mana back there as well. So let's close that. I've just upgraded my mana, so that'll do for now. Now if I click down here, you see all the towns and what they're building, and what level they are and everything else. Gold, stats, it's usual stuff. It's basically a strategy game, but it's a turn-based strategy game, so you get your empires like Civilization, but this, unlike Civilization, this is actually quite a fast action game. You usually get things happening, even when you're at peace, you get things happening. So if we just skip to the next turn, you see that monster there, we'll see some action, I reckon. This is the monster turn. See, he's attacking me, and he'll attack something as well, because he always do. Sea monsters in this are great. Right, here we go. Construction, construct building. See, that's the message at the bottom here. It tells me there's a job needs to be done. This is one of the areas I've done. Now, if we look across the top here, you've got gold, food, mana, and research. Now, I obviously need food, right? So I'm using this as a way of buffing up my numbers here, because you need the numbers to be in the green or not red anyway to succeed in this game. So there's another one. I think I'll build another farm. If you look where I'm placing it as well, you get bonuses, you see, on certain foods where you place it, where if you put it on others you don't. So you've got to keep an eye out for that. Right, I'm going to put a harbour down here, because a harbour actually gives you a bonus to income, which allows you to afford bigger and better armies. Now if we click on enemy at the gate, we'll see any nearby enemies. Now in this case it's that thing there. See, the death magic's a different attack look. Some creatures get more damage from death magic than normal magic. It's quite cool to be able to take over a city and get the abilities of the race that first founded it. I actually quite like that about this game, but when you're playing it and you see the attacks going on all over the place, and bad guys coming into your territory and everything else, it seems to be a bit overwhelming. But you soon get used to it. They can cross the water on their own, by the way. They automatically, it takes one turn to enter the water and one turn to get out of the water. Finish that turn there. Oh, one of them did survive. Didn't notice that. These sea creatures in this are actually quite cool. They're scattered all over the place, from big fish to these snake type things. There we go, our turn. Now we've got construct building again down here, look. So we'll go see where that is. Now, we're still waiting for the other things to be constructed, but we can build some other stuff now. We can do a shipyard. We can do something that makes werewolves. Yeah, let's do a werewolf show. We haven't got any werewolves in my area. Remember, this is a gnome settlement. So the gnomes get a different army again from humans, so in this case it's werewolves. Our enemy at gates, that tells me we've got... See, the another one appeared there. We just killed the fire elementals, and there's earth elementals there. Well, they're much tougher than the fire elementals, usually. See, I killed one, but there's still others left. So I'll send my earth elementals in to get rid of them. This will take a few turns, this one. This is what I mean, you see. Even though I've actually killed them off once, they come back. So you can't leave your realm undefended, and every unit you build costs money to maintain. Like if we actually go to here, for instance, you see here, look, you've got, it costs 5 food and 5 gold. Right, so if we actually build these warriors, it's only 1 of each, and hunters are only 1 of each. So you can actually, get some cheap units, a lot of cheap units, or you can go for one of these galleons, and it gets quite expensive. But the bigger the unit, the more the better it is. Also, sometimes you get these special magical areas, like I'll show you, like here, right. Right there, you get special buildings you can build on these, which enable special things here, or inside the town. Right, down here, there was a special one. We built this temple to Juras there, so we click there, you'll notice I've got Paladins of Juras as an option. So these special locations on the map enable special troops as well. So this is a fully fledged, out-and-out fantasy extravaganza when it comes to strategy games. I've played a few strategy games from World of Warcraft through to TA Kingdoms and stuff, and they never quite feel like a fantasy game, a fantasy strategy game, but this one definitely does. You can't hide the fact that this is pure fantasy, with its own little kingdoms and realms that expand. Like as your towns expand, you see this blue line here, that's my territory. That goes out as well, so I end up being in control of more territory, and it squeezes the enemy territories as well, like you'd expect it to. This is the area I've got to go and see next, actually. So if I just send my boat down there, so you can take a look at what a wild and unruly realm looks like. you'll see the kind of thing that happens even when you're not dealing with other races. He's trying to destroy that, you see. It's a very addictive game, this is. When I was playing it, when I first started playing it, I decided to have a quick hour on it. I was on it for 11 hours. And a couple of nights ago when I went to play this game, I was on it for 6 hours and I was only meant to be on it for 2. So it's a very, very addictive game, which is one of the reasons why I'm making this video about it, because I figured it might actually be interesting to show you it. Right, that produces more food, look, you see, that's 5 food, so we put that there. That'll help with our food problem. That caused a bit of damage. It is a bit clunky, this game, though. When you're trying to select things, it doesn't always select what you want straight away. You get the feeling like you're trying to click on things through treacle or something, you know, but you get used to it after a while. It is a very good game, though. It's well worth, if you like strategy games or fantasy games especially, this is really, really worth the money. I mean, I picked it up for, I think it's about £12 in a sale, so I actually got quite a good deal on this. But I think it's worth a full price, this, actually. And I'd be very surprised if I don't get my £1 an hour out of it. Smart measure of a value for money game is £1 per hour, you know, £1 for every hour you play it. So a £30 game should be 30 hours of gameplay. Here we go. You see this? These are all independent, neutral creatures. You know, not well, probably linked to that, but not necessarily. It's a very powerful ship, that is. Very powerful. But you know, that there is gold map. That's going to be worth it, isn't it, if I can get that built. Ah, there it is. It goes on there, does it? I wonder if I can find it. Anyway, I'm not actually at war with anybody yet, because I've just defeated one of the ones I was at war. There's only one thing left now, and that's the yellows. But there's diplomacy in this as well. For instance, I don't think I've shown it yet. Here, this shows you various alignments of the players. Like, I've killed these off already. Just me and him left now. And this shows you a tendency towards peace or whatever else. Now the alignment there, this is difference and sympathy. So we're actually fairly well aligned, we are. Where somebody at this side wouldn't be. You see, if that player was still alive, we'd probably be enemies because the difference is too great. But we're roughly it's like the right and left wing side of politics. That kind of thing. This guy might be a bit different from me, but he's basically got the same intentions. He's more near the centre and he's on the left. That kind of thing. So it's actually quite a good system. You're probably more likely to be friends with people that are close to you than somebody at this side, for instance. Anyway, it says, I think that's more or less things you need to see. Although, to be honest, there's plenty to look at down here, like what you can build in various towns, from galleons to catapults. And of course, you need to upgrade various parts of the landscape, like there's my shipyard in order to build them units. Over here, it's different again. You can specialise towns, of course, you know, into being pure food generators and stuff, if you wish. It's usually better to go for a balance though, but there we go, we're in the positive now. Look, something's being built, so we've got food being generated now, and that's it. Do you want to see a spell before we do anything? Before I start off, so I'll show you a spell. So we get to raise land. Greater land raising, there we go. Cast it now. Yes, we've got a massive area here that we haven't spent on, right? So let's just cast it there. Ta-da! Instant new land to build on. Isn't that cool, eh? You could fill the map with land that way, I tell you. Don't forget there's also spells here for making it fertile as well, if I can find it. This spell system isn't exactly the best way of finding things. To be honest, it tends to hide a lot of stuff you need, because it's just one long list and they're not even in order of power. They're in order you've researched them. If we just found fertile there. Oh, we've got fertile ones. That's red, so I've got to wait a turn. So we'll wait a turn, and I'll show you this, and then we'll sign off on this.
You have received a new request, my lord.
Right, now, spell is ready. That's how spell is ready. You have a new quest. You get these, by the way, these quests. Now, this is for a god. Right, they want us to kill something. That's them, right? You can see from looking at them that these are kind of like werewolves, Egyptian werewolf type things. Now, this is death magic. Let's see what happens. Some damage, but not a lot. Okay, let's try the city. More damage. This is a life magic thing, human thing. Completely immune to life magic. See, that's how it works sometimes, you know. Anyhow, let's go back over here and we'll just finish off with this right now. This is a fertility spell, so I'm going to cast that on that land there. Right? You see? Now I can build farms and everything on there now. So it's all going to be good for food and stuff. And I could actually fill a penny gap. I can fill it. Well, you've got to cast it in your own territory, but I could build a land bridge across there if I wanted to using those spells. So there's actually quite a lot of options in this game, and it gets quite cluttered sometimes and hard to see the units like this one here. But it's a very, very good game, and you can run it in maximum detail easy because it's not really system heavy. It doesn't ever crash. I've never seen it crash once, and every battle's different. Usually it becomes a bit of a slugfest, but as you can see in these wild and unruly lands down here, there's a lot going on in this game. I mean, it's quite cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully it'll help you decide if you want to buy it or not. Ta-ra!